art. We are going to do a drawing today, and we're going to do a really cool abstract circle drawing. You're going to use markers, a regular piece of drawing paper, and a pencil, and then you're going to have some found objects. You need objects that are circles. So you could just use a circle tracer if you have one at home, but that's not really fun. I went into the kitchen and I got an applesauce container, and there's a nice circle on that one. And then I wanted some circles that were different sizes. So I found a can, and this is a little can of tomato juice, and it has a smaller circle. You can see this circle's bigger and this one's smaller. And then I have one more in the kitchen again. Found some great circles in the kitchen. I have a cup, and I have a smaller circle and a larger circle, so whatever one I want to use. So I have a bunch of different size circles. So you can use one circle the whole time, so you have the same size circle the whole time, or like me, you can find some different sizes. But the shape that we're looking for is a circle. So you are going to try to find something that you can trace that is that circle shape. All right, I'm going to move my camera. You can pause the video right now and go find your circle and your paper and your markers and pencil, or you can watch the video and then do your project afterwards. All right, if you're staying with me, we're moving the camera. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna turn you and tilt you again. You should be used to this by now. All right, so you can kind of see my example over here, and we're gonna finish this off later on, but you can see all those different circles, and we are gonna use multiple circles, and we're going to use multiple colors to help make this picture really come out cool and bright and beautiful. All right, here we go. Now, your paper can be turned either vertical like I have it right now, or you can turn it horizontal. It doesn't matter for this project. I'm going to start mine horizontal, and here's my circle. So I have my cup and my applesauce and my tomato juice. Funny objects, aren't they? All right. And I'm going to start, all right, here we go. I'm going to start tracing my circles with my pencil. I like to do it in pencil first. That way, if I make a mistake, I can fix it. But if you want to, you can always start with a black marker. We're going to finish our circles off by outlining them with black marker. So if you just want to trace in black marker and you feel confident enough that you're not going to need to erase, then you can do that, but I'm going to start with my pencil, all right? Especially my younger friends when tracing's a little bit harder. All right, now I'm going to start with my biggest circle. Here's my biggest circle, and I'm going to do, with this size paper, I think with my 3 different size circles that I have, I'm going to do about 4 or 5 of each. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to trace around my cup. And I don't want to leave the tracer, so that means I want to touch the side of the cup all the way around, and when I get around, then I can lift it up and I have my first circle. And I'm going to do that in several spots. I can overlap, so that means I can put this circle inside that circle, or I can put it in a new spot. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to start at the top and go around, touching my tracer the whole way around. All right, and then I can lift it up, and I have 2. Maybe I want to overlap this one, so I'm going to put part of my circle inside and part of it outside, and I'm going to trace the whole thing. So then when I pick up my pencil or my tracer this time, I have, it almost looks like a Venn diagram. Have you heard your teacher say that before? It's a circle inside a circle. All right, so there's 3. I said I'm going to do about 4 of each. So I'm going to put this one way over here in the corner, and I'm going to trace it around. And I want to make sure my circles are on my paper. I don't want to put it over here so it's coming off my paper. I want the whole circle to fit on the paper. All right, there's 4 big ones. So next I'm going to go to my medium-sized circle, my applesauce circle. And I'm going to put it, let's do about 4 of those. So I'm going to put it right here, and it's touching all 3 of these circles, but it's still on the paper, so I'm good to go. I'm going to trace it all the way around, touching my applesauce the whole way. I don't want it to look like a blob. I want it to look like a circle, and then I can lift it up. And it overlaps 3 of my circles, and that's all right. So that's 1. Let's go over here. I'm going to do 1 right here. I'm almost off my paper, but you can see a little bit of white. So I'm good to go. All the way around. When I get back, we'll lift it up. There's 2. Let's do one down here. I'm going to come way down here, 3. And then put my last one in this little corner. Still have a little bit of white showing, so I still know I'm okay. All the way around, touching my tracer so I don't get a blob. All right, there's 4. So I have 4 big circles and 4 medium-sized circles. So I have 8 circles. 4 plus 4 is 8. Now I'm going to use my little one. And I'm trying to use up my space on my paper. I don't want to leave big blank spots for the background. I want to fill my background up. So I might do more than 4 of these. If I get done with 4 and I realize, oh, I have lots of space still, then I might do 5. Now I don't want to put it just inside a circle. I just want to overlap. So I don't want to put it all the way inside. I want to touch the sides. So I'm going to do my first one here. And it can overlap more than one circle. We did it here where we touched all 3, but I didn't just put it inside a circle. Let's do this one right here. 2. Do another one down here. Ooh, this one's close too, but it still has a little bit of white on the side. 3 and 4. And my last one I'm going to do down here. I'm going to do 5 of the little ones. Ooh, that was close. All right, now I could go back to my medium-sized one and put a couple more medium-sized if I wanted to. I could go find another circle and add it on there. I wouldn't want one that's too small. You don't want to find something really teeny. Like I wouldn't want to take the top of my marker and use that little circle because that's too small. You want to find ones that are big enough that when you color them in, you have space to color. Okay, so don't find something too small that's a circle. I know there's lots of circles out there. Try to find some that are a little bit bigger. All right, so I filled my paper up with the circles. The next step is in your case of markers, or you can use crayons. You can use whatever, if you have colored pencils and you want to use colored pencils, you can use whatever material you would like to color them in, but you're going to want to find that black and we're going to outline. And I'm just going to go through and outline all my circles. Now, if you skip the pencil step and you did your outlines with markers, be careful. Make sure that the things that you're using to trace aren't that special to mom or dad, because if you're tracing with marker and you get it on something and it won't come off, you don't want to get in trouble. So if you're using marker first, make sure it's okay with your parents before you start tracing around those objects, because sometimes when we trace, it leaves a little line because we're touching it the whole time. All right, if it's a washable marker like this one, it would wash right off, but still ask first. All right, so I'm tracing around all my circles, trying to stay on that pencil line, just like we talk about in art class. We don't want to go too fast. We want to stay right on our lines to make the pencil disappear. All right, I don't want to leave those pencil lines showing when I'm all done. If they are, you might have to erase them. Okay, so I'm outlining all my circles. Almost done. 2 more. All right, last one. Staying on my paper the whole way. All right, and you can see those circles really pop out when we outline them. I love outlining. It really makes your picture stand out. It comes right out of that white paper. All right, so, oh, Mrs. A didn't stay right on her line. How many of you caught me? You saw my pencil line. Oh, better get my eraser and erase that pencil line. All right. Phew, fix that. Now, we have all these overlapping circles. Okay, it kind of looks like the Olympic rings went crazy. If you've ever watched the Olympics before, remember those rings that interlock together, kind of like a chain? All right, kind of looks like I have that chain sitting on top of my paper. Now we need them to stand out. We want each section to be a different color so that it stands out. If I see this big circle right here, I don't want to color that whole entire circle one color. Every piece that's inside that circle is going to be a different color. You don't want the same colors touching. So I'm going to pull out my markers again. If you don't have the markers, like we said, use the crayons, use the colored pencils, use whatever you have at your home. All right, and it doesn't matter what colors you use. You can pick your favorite colors. I'm gonna start with purple, all right? And you're gonna pick a section, and the easiest way to do this is to outline around that section and then color it in. Okay, so if I saw this circle right here, I don't wanna take my purple marker and color the whole thing. I wanna pick one of those little sections in there. So I'm gonna pick this section right here, and I'm going to outline around it. So I gave myself a purple border, and that purple border shows me where I'm going to color in. If you remember in art class, we talk about snail speed, and then we can go a little bit faster. Same thing here. My outline, let's do this one right here. My outline would be in snail speed. I want to stay right next to those black lines that show me where my borders are. Oops. And then once I have that outline, then I can hold that marker at the bottom, put my hand down on the side of the paper, and I can color a little bit faster on the inside because I've given myself some border lines. All right, and you can do any parts that are inside a circle with your colors. If it's not inside a circle, this is our background, and that's the only part of our paper that we're gonna leave white. So we don't want to color into our background. We just want to color what's inside those circles. Okay, so I could go through, outline, and then color in different parts. Now, would I want to do this part purple? No, because there's purple already in that circle. Okay, so we want to make sure that each section of the circle that's broken off is a different color. Okay, but I could do purple. There's no purple in this circle right here, so I could pick a piece. Oops, let's do this. Outline. And then color it in. I almost did this inside one, but then I realized there's purple already in that circle. It's a good thing I looked first. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna skip ahead and I'm gonna pull out one that I've already been working on. Here's my one that I started before we turned the camera on, and you can see all my different circles, and each section is a different color. Now I haven't quite finished it because remember we said the only parts that we want to leave white are the parts that are not inside a circle. So I still have to do these pieces right here. So I'm going to find a color. I haven't used red yet, and I'm going to outline slowly, snail speed, and then I can color it in a little bit faster. Now, when we're coloring it a little bit faster, doesn't mean we're scribbling. We still have control, okay? We're still controlling our marker. Color it in. Ooh, I've got a big one over here. Now, I don't want to do that little one because it's a different section, so I need to outline and then color it in. Now, I know because I jumped to one that I already had done, I got way ahead of you, and that is okay. If you want to just keep watching to see what my finished project looks like, just keep on watching. If you want to stay with me, then pause the video, get yourself caught back up with me, and then start it back up. All right, so let's see here. I've got enough red. Let's try a new color. How about pink? So I'm going to let's do some pink up here. Outline, snail speed, nice thick outline. And then I can color it in, and I'm filling in all my white spaces because the only white part is going to be the background. Fill it in. I like the big markers for this project because it makes it easy to fill in. Let's do a pink one right here. That pink and that red are pretty similar. I wonder if when it dries, if the pink gets lighter. I bet it does. All right. And then I've got one more color in my box, my gray. These last couple little pieces, that's a teeny tiny one. And then a piece right here. And none of my circles have two of the same color in them, and definitely not two of the same color touching. The only place that looks like I have two of the same touching is right here, but this one's pink and this one's red. All right, and that is our abstract circle project. It's a fun, easy art project for this week. It turns out really cool, bright and bold. All right, I cannot wait to see your abstract circles. When you get them done, send them to me and show me what you've done. Have fun. See you later. Bye.